Good morning. It's November 26th, I think. Black Friday. The only day in the world where every man does not want to be in any sort of shopping scenario. Because I feel as if the male testosterone takes over in the woman and they get crazy. Anyway, it's pretty early yet. We got in early. And it's a little breezy today. It's been pretty crappy in Wisco the last couple days. Between the snow and the rain, I haven't gotten out since Monday. And this morning we're in a little like draw that leads into a bog. The wind is coming from the west at probably, 8 to 10 miles an hour. It's a little breezy. It's been pretty slow here. All the cameras are picking stuff up in the middle of the night. They're starting to really hunker down now, so as always, the optimism starts running low in camp. There's no deer here. Well, they're here. They just don't want nothing to do with you. But, things happen. People push stuff around. So we're hoping for the best this morning. See if I can show you a little bit about what we got here. That's the bog I was talking about. And they're going to bed on that leeward side this morning. That's a ridge that goes up into a couple more bogs. Smaller though, and depressions. But they're going to use this wind coming out of the west. And they'll bed on that leeward side to take advantage of that scent cone that's coming up out of this bog for the thermals, and then the predominating wind coming this way. Then in front of us, this is the edge of the bog. There's a field right on the other side of it, but this is pretty thick in here, so they'll bed in there. This is that gully I was talking about, or little draw that leads up into a field. That's all ag over there. And then behind us, more fields, and then we got some bedding back behind us as well. I've seen some nice bucks here in the past. I've never got a buck here before, but I could have. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I hope everyone had a good turkey day, and hope everyone's in the woods having a safe, successful year. And if you're not, I hope you're at home watching hunting videos and staying away from Black Friday, where the men stay home and get barefoot and sit in the kitchen, and the wives go out and hunt and gather. They get pretty crazy today. You guys all take care. God bless. Now, according to all the videos I watch, and I don't know how I'm going to pull this off because it's going to be so crazy. I'm not going to be able to get the camera out in time. But I bought this grunt tube. Primos trophy grunter. I've had this now for years. But I'm going to blow on this tube. And I guarantee you within a half hour, I got like 7 shooters standing in front of me, all looking around, wondering where it came from. And shit's just going to start flying. Deer are going to start dying. So here we go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Nothing's coming yet, but just wait. It may take a little bit. Maybe I did it wrong. Hold on. I'm beginning to think I'm not doing it right, or maybe my grunt calls. Maybe it's broke. Maybe I should return it and try to get a different one. But give it some time. Give it some time. Sometimes on hunting shows it takes a little more time. So we'll see. Give it some time. Give it some time. Well, it didn't work. Nothing came flying in or running in. I didn't even see a doe. I'm beginning to think my grunt call is defective and I should bring it back. I'll just explain to him I've used it now for, 10 years, 15 years, and the last time I used it, it just didn't want to work, so I'm assuming they'll give me my money back. Anywho, it's been a pretty slow morning. Barometer's on the rise, but it's going to fall around 10:30. We're going to get out early, and we got Thanksgiving at my parents' tonight, so we always do it the day after. That way, with the large family, it kind of helps alleviate 2 big meals on the same day. With as slow as this gun season's been, I don't even mind getting out of the woods today. Although it's always nice to be in the woods. So I think my kid's gonna get out of his stand around 8:30, slowly make his way over to me and pick me up, and then we'll go and, we'll stop somewhere for breakfast on the way home, I think. We'll come back up tonight and hunt tomorrow. Sunday, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, it's a nice morning, Wind's still coming from the west-northwest. It's approximately, 38, 39 degrees. It's supposed to get into the 40s today. So, we'll see what happens. You could make that a drinking game. Anytime you watch a hunting show, I said, well, we'll see what happens, or, target buck, or anytime they call some buck a name, you get a drink. It's always annoyed me, how can somebody, and I get that, a lot of these places that these people are hunting are managed large tracts of land with hundreds and hundreds of cell cameras, and they sit there and they get around the big spank circle and look at pictures all night long and think up names for these deer. Gotta be honest, I don't know if I guess I'm just not that good, or I just don't care to name deer. Although we do have one deer in our property that we've all nicknamed Hal. That's because Hal's got a hell of a birthmark. He's got one side, it's a little, 3-prong little spike, looks like a devil's fork. But on the other side, he's got it comes straight out of almost out of his ear. It comes, and it goes way out, comes around, and then ends up right in front of his mouth, and it doesn't have a single point on it, and it's kind of like brown. It's goofy looking. So we don't know if he got hit by a car or whatever, but so we call him Hal. I don't know why. Oh, that's right. There's a shirt that's out there. It's like, Hal, it's a hell of a birthmark you got there. It's got a target on him. But I'm pretty sure Hal's going to get a pass for the remainder of his life, because everybody here he's like the camp mascot. But anyway, we'll get back to hunting, and we'll see what happens. Now drink. Good morning. Well, it's Saturday of the second weekend of the Wisco gun season. And so far my morning has started out a little challenging. I got to my stand and it's pretty crisp and loud this morning. And the last person to use my stand, aka not me, but you don't understand, aka my son, the 18-year-old boy, didn't tie the rope back up on the ladder. So I looked up and there it was, 10 feet in the air on the adjoining tree. I was able to jump with my gun after I unloaded it. Well, I didn't have it loaded, I just pulled the clip out. And I was able to hook the rope, so I was able to get that down. So I tied my gun up, got up in my stand, and he forgot to put the seat up. Yeah, go figure. So, and we had rain over the week. So, hold on, I'll give you an example. Nice and quiet. Should have heard it when I first sat down. Anyway. So about a half hour ago, I hear rattling. I'm thinking somebody's been watching too many hunting videos and thinks that they're on a game farm. And I mean, maybe opening day, maybe during the middle of the week. But there's been a lot of deer shot across the street. They're definitely whacking and stacking this year. Us, on the other hand, it's been so slow. My kid stayed in bed this morning because he hasn't seen a deer in 2 days. Anyway, I digress. I am sitting in a stand that we sat once before. Actually, I think we sat here twice before this year. It's up over that bog. We're on a ridge. And again, there's the bog. It goes way back there. And then there's bedding right here. And there's bedding back in there. And that's actually where my kid shot his deer from. I was walking back to the food plot that's back there where I shot my buck earlier this year. And I kicked up a bunch of does and they ended up heading across. And my kid shot it back over on the other side. So hopefully we see something. Anyway, I hope your season's going better than mine. I haven't really seen much. Normally I see a mature buck at least once during the gun season. And I haven't shot one in a couple of years now. I've just been passing them. But I normally take a doe at least for the freezer. Now my son took a doe, but it wasn't a very big one. We processed it, and he made jerky out of a lot of the hindquarters, and I ground all the hamburger yesterday, and it was like 1 gallon bag and then a half a gallon bag. So I mean, those little deer aren't even worth it, but it is what it is. It was a doe. We are supposed to take does, so, and we always do anyway, but in other areas, not here per se, but in other areas, the does are a little higher numbered, and the DNR and the forester, they're starting to tell everyone that they need to start taking does. But here, we don't have a doe problem, I'll tell you that. We have a lack of deer problem. Anyway, like I said, I hope everybody's gun season's going better than us. And again, it's just about getting out and enjoying, the sunsets and the sunrises and the beautiful days and the crisp morning air. And it's starting to sound like a Hallmark commercial. But anyway, you guys have a good one. All right, guys, here we are. We're set up back on a piece of public. Things have been pretty slow, so I'm changing it up a bit. On the ground again. I've been doing pretty good on the ground this year, so what the heck. I came back here and I think I picked about 10 spots now. I think I'm finally settled indoor. I feel comfortable. Hopefully the deer cooperate. I'll give you a little gist of what we got going here. There's a little pond right on the other side of here. So they're gonna funnel right through there, or they're gonna come out of that bedding over there. Otherwise, there's bedding back behind me. like anybody's been back here yet this year. Probably bowling for sure. People bowl hunt back here all the time, but for gun hunting, it gets pretty run pretty hard the opening weekend, and then people get discouraged. So I'm hoping that it's been left alone for a couple days here. Anyway, this is going to be our sit tonight, so hopefully we can at least get something on camera. So stay tuned. Good morning. Good morning. So last night we had a guy shoot a deer about 100 yards from me. It kind of rattled me a lot. So then I was paying attention to him, and I had a deer come walking in by me at 10 yards, and then pretty much went narc to the rest of the woods that I was there. So that's why I didn't close up last night with you guys. Forgot all about it. Anyway, this morning I'm tucked back in on a piece of public, and I waited for first light. I hunted the edge of the field, and then I walked in so as not to make too much noise, because it's really thick back here, and to walk in without light is just, you're gonna make so much noise. You're gonna tell every deer within a mile that you're coming back. So I'll show you what I got going here, and then I'm gonna go silent for quite a while, because I am like deep into the thick stuff here. So bedding is actually back over there. There's a field edge about 75 to 100 yards that way, and then we got major bedding back in there. And this is actually a pinch point. There's water right there, and then there's a river back another 100 yards. This area right through here is kind of a pinch point, so they like to travel through this to get the bedding and food and such. Thinking about sitting here tonight too, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's where I am. Hopefully things work out. Catch you guys later. Well, we decided to pull the plug at noon. We sighted in muzzleloaders after we sat this morning, and neither of us saw anything. And decided that we're going home. Maybe I can get me some little something. Yeah, so it was a pretty uneventful year. Nobody got any nice bucks. Saw 3 real nice ones this year. I didn't see any, but our group saw 3 nice bucks, 3 different ones. I don't know what to tell you. Just a slow year. A lot of wind towards the second half of the season. But muzzleloader opens next weekend. Actually, it opens on there's a day or two, and then starts muzzleloader. So we'll be back out on Friday, grinding it some more, trying to get that big boy. Who knows? I've been hunting muzzleloader for, a long time. I have never shot a deer with my muzzleloader, so maybe this is the year. I've never even had an opportunity. It's just the 9-day gun season in Wisconsin. If you're not from Wisconsin, you don't even know what pressure is. The 9-day gun season in Wisconsin has got so much pressure that every deer digs a fucking hole and buries themselves for a month before they start coming back out in daylight. I mean, that's a little over-exaggerated, but it takes it takes a week or two before everything starts to straighten back out again. Yeah, you've got some deer that are just dumb, but for the most part, it's pretty crazy. So I've never really had the opportunity to plug them with the muzzle. Maybe this is the year. Who knows? Well, I hope everybody else had a good, safe gun season, and everyone stayed away from the vid by going outside, even though they recommend you bar the windows and lock the door and board up the windows and board up the door and
Stay inside. Social distance. Don't go outside. Don't try to be healthy. That's my political rant. It's funny how the government thinks they know better than us. What's better with our lives? Yeah, bullshit. Anyway, I digress because I don't want to go all political on you. Because then I'll have to tell you about units of mass and how big the coronavirus is and compared to the cloth masks that we use and how it's like swinging there's two deer on the side of the road eating. How it's like swinging a fucking tennis racket without webbing in it and a mosquito. I'll have to go there, and then I'll have to tell you about how it just redirects the airflow across your eyes where most diseases and sicknesses enter your body. Stop. Anyway, deer hunting. Deer hunting good. Alright, talk to you guys later.